Hello gamers, how's it going? We're back with yet another ESO build, and once again it's designed for PvP. This time though, I bring you a Warden support build. This build offers a heap of utility for group play with some strong heals thrown in. We all know that most ESO players love playing the DPS and running around racking up the kill count, but this build is for those rare gems, the players who have no desire for blood and just want to help out their fellow player. Having a dedicated support build in your group can do wonders for everyone, yet they usually go unappreciated. Don't let that discourage you though, it can be very rewarding to play, especially after some practice, so let's show you the build. Okay, here we go. We have a Magicka Warden support build for you today, and I say support because it has a lot of heals, but its primary function is definitely to buff the rest of the group and help them out with weapon damage, spell damage, and some defense thrown in as well. So because of that, the stat sheet's not going to look very impressive, but it all comes into play with the sets. But first of all, before we get to the sets, let's talk about consumables. First of all, as you can tell by my lovely tail, I am an Argonian, which is great for support builds. We're running Bewitched Sugar Skulls, which increases all of our max stats, and we're running the Ritual, which increases our healing done. We've got a couple of Divines on, so it buffs it up to 9%, which is super nice. We've also got 40 points into health and 24 into Magicka. Okay, let's get into the sets. The first set we're running is Rallying Cry. That adds crit chance, Magicka, crit chance, and the 5-piece, while Battle Spirit is active, critically healing yourself or an ally causes you and up to 11 group members within 12 meters to gain weapon and spell damage and a lot of crit resistance for 20 seconds. This is great because it just works all the time in PvP. That's what Battle Spirit, that's what that passive is. It's also great because it lets your group members run less in pen on their sets, because you can just keep this up for the majority of the time and they won't be taking that much crit damage, and the extra weapon spell damage is always good. This set is not as effective when you've got more people, more group members being affected by it, but I don't worry about that too much, because if you've got all of your group members in one spot anyway, that's kind of where you want them, and they might not need the crit resist and spell and weapon damage as much. Where it really shines is if you get split up a bit and you only have 2 or 3 people close, so it's only affecting them, so they will get the maximum buff from it. So we're only running that on the front bar because all you need to do is critically heal somebody. So we've just got that on the resto staff, the necklace, 1 ring, and then the hands, just so we could get a light piece. And then moving on to the back bar set, we are running Powerful Assault. We have this on the sword, shield, the belt, legs, and feet. What this does is it adds health, adds stamina, adds spell and weapon damage, and when you cast an assault ability while in combat, you and up to 5 group members within 10 meters gain weapon and spell damage. So you're getting the weapon and spell damage from critically healing, and you're getting a weapon and spell damage from just casting an assault ability that we have on the back bar. So it's a lot of damage that you're giving your team and some crit resist, so it's super nice. And for the third set, we're running Magma Incarnate, which adds recovery, and when you heal yourself or a group member with a single target heal ability, grant the lowest health group member within 28 meters minor courage and resolve, increasing their weapon and spell damage yet again, and some resistances. And then it bounces around the team and affects a lot of people. So we have 3 different sets on that both buff weapon and spell damage, and some defense, and some crit resist. So when you've got all of this proccing at the same time, it really makes your team pretty unstoppable. That also means we have 1 space for a trainee for the max health. So I went with Heavy Chest, which is nice. And then we are running a mythic, which is Ring of the Wild Hunt. I really like this set, especially on the support build, just because it makes you fast and you can keep up with your group. You know, if you're falling behind as a healer, you end up getting caught, and then you know you're dead, and then the rest of your team's dead. So you really want to keep up with everybody. Some DPS can be real fast, so this just means you're never going to lose them. As for traits and enchants, we've got 1 Swift, 2 Arcane, and they're all Magicka Recovery, the jewelry, because you're going to be spamming a lot of heals, so you need the recovery. My traits aren't correct. I am running a few Impen, which you probably wouldn't need, because the Rallying Cry is going to be proccing on yourself as well, increasing your crit resist. So you can add more Divines on. You kind of... Personal preference here. I've got a few infused and reinforced for resistances and extra stats. You can give it a little test, see how you like it. That means we're running 3 heavy, 3 medium, and 1 light. So I've got the heavy on the head and body. Medium, powerful, so it only becomes in medium. So we've got that on the belt, legs, and feet. And then the 1 light Rallying Cry gloves. We've gone for a powered front bar, of course, for extra healing. And I've got powered and reinforced back bar. You could have defending here. That might be just as helpful. Yeah, so altogether, the way you play this build is you just stick with your team and you just buff them beyond anything. And then just watch them absolutely kill everybody. You end up adding... Sometimes you can add up to 1,000 weapon and spell damage overall with all the buffs going at the same time. And say if I only affect 1 or 2 people with my Rallying Cry, my crit resist goes well over 3k, which means Nightblades coming out of stealth won't be effective. Anybody who's got a lot of crit just won't be hitting you very hard. So it's very nice. Okay, so let's move on to skills. On the front bar, regen, always need regen. This should be up at all times. Just insane heal over time. Super nice to have. Race against time. We're using this for the extra speed and snare removal. Combat prayer, another super heal as well. Heals in like an area in front of you. So you want to be stood just behind the group. It also gives everyone minor berserk and resolve. You do get those. You do get minor resolve from Magma Incarnate, but you know it's nice to have 2 sources to get it. Energy orb. Super nice heal that floats forward. And allies near the globe can activate the healing combustion synergy, which causes the orb to explode, healing, and restoring magicka and stamina. So it's a great sustain tool as well. Blue Betty, that's for your major brutality and sorcery buffs, magicka regen, and negative effect removal. And it's super cheap because it doesn't cost anything. We've gone for the Life Giver Resto Staff ult. That does a huge heal every 1 second over 5 seconds. Very good at keeping people alive when they get Dark Convergenced, because you see a lot of that these days. On the back bar, we've got Corrupting Pollen. I use this a lot for the Major Defile. You just plop that down on an enemy group, they can't heal, you buff your team, they run in, lots of damage, and the enemy can't heal. Super nice to have. Another heal here with Polar Wind that heals everybody who's close to you every second over 5 seconds, and that does a little bit of damage as well if you ever need it. Ice Fortress, that's your major resolve, your resistances, and minor protection, so that's super nice. Resolving Vigor is what we are using to proc our Powerful Assault. You could change this to the other morph, or to be honest, you could run... It's a bit of a flex spot. You can run any assault skill you want, really. I was thinking about Rapid Maneuver to let your entire group run quick. You could try Caltrops. That might be nice to have. Play around with it. I went with Resolving Vigor just in case I need to keep myself alive for any reason. And we're going with Overflowing Altar. Sacrifice your life essence to conjure a fountain of blood to apply minor lifesteal. So it heals up people even more. And the back bar ult, we've gone with Aggressive Horn. So this will also proc your Powerful Assault and increase your group stats and give them Major Force, an extra 20% crit damage. There we go, that's all of the skills. Finally, take a quick look at the champion points. Green Tree is just the usual, you know, to be honest, I don't even have one slotted here. You just want to make sure you've got the Break Full to reduce your full damage. So Blue Tree, we've gone with Focus Mending, increase your healing done. As a support healer, you're going to want that. Ironclad reduces your damage taken, very nice to have. Duelist Rebuff reduces damage taken again, but from single target attacks. And I've gone with Rejuvenator, increasing weapon and spell damage to your healing abilities. So heals hit even stronger. On the red tree, we've got some max health. I've noticed it's very nice to have a lot of max health, just so people don't target you. You know, if you're hitting over 40k health, people won't target you, therefore you can get your heals off easier. You won't be CC'd as much. Fortified for the extra armor, because we were slightly low on that. Pain's Refuge, reducing your damage taken for negative effects you've got on you. And Relentlessness, being stunned or feared gives you major protection. So there we go, there we have it. Healer build. It's very nice to play, very strong. It's super satisfying to just buff your group and keep them alive, you know. But yeah, there we go. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. And that's it for the build. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one and can use it to dominate in PvP. Don't forget to leave a like and hit the subscribe button for more ESO content. I really appreciate all the support I've been getting from the ESO community. It's been amazing, so thank you for that. Be sure to stop by my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Kylobyte and take a look at my channel right here on YouTube for plenty more build videos and guides. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you in the next one.